Good morning, Year 3. It's Friday the 26th, and today I'd like to talk about number lines. I'd like to talk about how they work. Number lines can be, what's this called, horizontal, or they can be going up and down, which is vertical. Okay, so I remember horizontal as big H for horizontal. And number lines don't always have to start at 0. They don't have to. But one thing all number lines have in common, whether they're horizontal or vertical, are these things. And these things are called dividers. Okay, some people call them increments, but I call them dividers because they divide. And when dividers divide the line, the gap they form is called an interval. So these are called D for dividers, and the space in between is an interval. Happy with that? And when we number or label our number line, the dividers are really important because they act like poles. They act like, in a way, imagine they're forks, and the number sits on them. It's almost like the numbers being poked by the fork. So there's 3. Let's have that going 2. And that would be, the divider would be marked 4. Okay, so our number line is going up in intervals of 1 because you add 1 to 3, add 1 to make it 4. Okay, so these are, what are those called again? They're called dividers, and those spaces are called, well done, intervals. Now, timelines can be tricky. Not timelines, number lines can be tricky because the interval isn't always going up in ones. They try and trick us. So I'm going to draw another, is that horizontal or vertical? Well done, it's horizontal. I'm going to draw another number line. This time I am starting from 0. See my divider? I'm going to slice 0 in half with it. Yow, says 0. And this time I'm going to write the number 10. Okay, see how my 10 is sliced by the line? That's not very clear, is it? I'll tell you what, plonk him there. If I said to you, what would halfway be? Well, that's easy peasy. Halfway would be 5. And it's the same if I played this trick and if I said, actually, I meant 100. What would be halfway? Yeah, it'd be 50. And even Year 3, I know you can do that. Fantastic. So it would be 500. But I'm not going to give you something that easy. I'm going to give you one that's slightly harder. So this time I'm going to put my 100 there. And I'm going to change that to 200. Notice that my dividers are the carrier of the numbers. Okay? And this interval is left free. So this time, guys, what would that be? Well done, it would be 50. And what comes halfway between 100 and 200? Well done, it's 150. So what's our number line going up in each time? What are the jumps? Fantastic, they're going up in 50s. Okay, so when we add 50, we get a new division. Okay, easy peasy lemon squeezy. It would be the same if I turned it into thousands and hundreds, or it would be the same if I turned it into just tens. Okay, so it's kind of a cool trick. This time I'm not going up in 50s, crazy. I'm going up in 5s. Okay, happy? Right, let's have a look at another number line. This time I'm going to make a is that horizontal or vertical? Well done, it's a vertical timeline. I'm going to start at 0. I'm going to slice 0, yowzers, in half. And this time I'm going to put my 100 there. Yowzers, there's 100. And I'm going to turn it to centimetres. And then I'm going to put my 200 centimetres there. And when they're making a number line, sometimes they make these divisions that are important. They make them slightly longer. It's like they're the chief divisions. And the divisions that are halfway, say, are slightly smaller. You see how big he is? And that way you can kind of work out which ones are the important ones. Okay, so we know that halfway to 100 is 50 centimetres. What's another way of saying 100 centimetres? Well done, it's 1 metre. Okay, so what would happen if we went up again? What's that worth? What's that interval worth? What are we going up in? What intervals? Well done, we're going up in 50s. So that interval there is worth 50. So that division is going to be, well done, 150 centimetres. What's another way of writing that? Well done, 1 metre and 50 centimetres. we don't use decimals yet in year 3. We don't put a decimal there yet because it doesn't work like that. Okay, so you might just want to write an and for the moment. Okay, it's 1 metre and 50. Right, guys, but what happens if I started playing with what the interval was? What happens if I try to fool you? So here we go. So I'm going to draw my vertical timeline again. I keep saying timeline, it's number line. I'm going to put my 0 there. I'm going to put my 100 there, centimetres, and my 200 on there. And this time, I'm going to make this many divisions ready. I'm going to go, 1, 2. So what are my divisions worth now? And what's my interval going up in? Right. Now, some of you are going to look at this and go, I don't know, haven't got a clue. And this is where I recommend that you use money to help you. I think the people that design number lines are the people that design money, because they like to go up in money-like steps. So with money, you've got a choice of, I'll put it up here, they could go up in steps of 1s, they could go up in steps of 2s, sometimes they go up in steps of 5s, but they very rarely go up in 3s. 3's a bit of a strange one. What comes after 5p? There's no 6p, no, so 10p. Sometimes they like going up in 10s. What comes next? Sometimes they like going up in 20s, and then it jumps to 50, doesn't it? Sometimes number lines like going up in 50s, and then it jumps to 100, which is known as a pound. Do you remember? And isn't there a 200? Isn't there a £2? Okay. So I think if we use the money idea to help us, let's see, that's 0 and that's 100. No way can this be going up in 1s. Count with me, ready? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 100. No, it's not 1s. Let's see if it goes up in 2s. 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 100. No, it's not 2s. Let's go up in 5s. 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 100. No, it can't be 5s. Let's see if it goes up in 10s. Ready? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100. No. No. See if it goes up in 20s. Ready? There's 0. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So it is. It's 20. So each division is 20. And each interval is worth 20. Okay, so what would that be? 0, 20, 40, 60, 80, and 100. What about this then? What would that be? What would that one be then? If I said to you that one. They're going up in 20s. That one would be worth, well, that's 20. So that's going to be, yeah, it's going to be 40. But do I write it like that? Do I write it as a 40? What mistake have I made? It's not 40 because 40's there. No, it's 140. And I've got to put my my unit, my centimetres. Okay, so I nearly fell in a trap there. I said 40. I felt really clever because I'd worked out the intervals. Then I forgot it was 140. Now I know there's another way of writing that. I know that 100 centimetres, because that's in my hundreds place, my 100 centimetres equals 1 metre. And I've got 40 centimetres left. So we write it 1 metre and 40 centimetres. Okay. Right, I'm going to do one more. This time I'm not going to go up in 20s. Nope, not my 20 intervals. This time I'm going to go up in a different number. I wonder if you can work out what it is. This time I'm not going to start at 0. I'm starting at 100. And I'm going to go to 200. And I'm still using centimetres. This time, this is what's going to happen. I'm going to have that as my middle interval. What's it going up in now? Well, that's 100. Now, There's no way it can be going up in ones. There's no way I'm going to get 2. No way. Is it going up in 2s? I don't think so either. 0, 102, 104, 106, 108, 110, 112, 114, 116, 118, 120. No way. No way. 5s, 105, 110, 115, 120. No, there's no way, is it? No way. I'm not going to make it. Let's try 10. So 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 180, 190, 200. So the intervals are worth 10. Now we've got it. So one of those little intervals is worth 10. But you know what, Year 3? They don't bother writing the numbers on them. They don't bother writing 110, 120, 130, 140 because it looks too cluttered. But they're expecting you to work it out. So if I said to you, what would that one be? Now that you know each interval is worth 10, what would that one be? 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160. And it's 160 centimetres, which we know equals, we partition it, don't we? 1 metre and 60 centimetres. So I'm going to send you some of these funny number lines, but I'm going to play with the intervals. They're not always going to go up in 10s. They might go up in 5s. They might go up in 20s. They might go up in 100s. They might go up in 500s. So watch out. Your job is to work out what they are and tell me what the arrow is pointing to.